the number one problem we have in this business, right? It's risk management and the lack of understanding and the lack of care. Frankly, most traders, they're not successful because they don't want to be. And deep down, they know what I'm saying, they know it's true. So they'll buy a bot, right? And they're going to keep using the bot. They're going to over leverage. They're going to swing for the fences. This is particularly true of prop traders. They're the biggest offenders because with prop accounts, the prop account thing solves a lot of problems, right? The average person, makes 50, 100 grand a year, whatever. They don't have enough money put away to have enough capital to actually trade effectively. So they'll open these accounts that are $5, $10, maybe $15,000, and that's enough to learn how to trade, but it's not a big enough account to actually make enough money to make a difference in your lifestyle. So therefore, they're going to get impatient. They're going to trade too big. So let's use like the NQ, for example, right? NASDAQ 100 futures, that's the most popular thing that we trade here, right? Mm-hmm. So people have seen us online. We trade mostly the E-minis, NQ, ES, RTY, YM, whatever, and we mostly just crush those. That's where the bulk of our profits come from, right?
Sure.
So that's most of our customers, that's what they trade. So, like for example, with a lot of prop accounts, let's use a 50K account. I'm not going to mention any names here, but there's a lot of, the 50K prop accounts are standard cookie cutter format.
Sure.
And they'll allow, up to 5 to 10 contracts to be traded on a 50K account, which is just disastrous amount of leverage, right? And a lot of new traders, they'll think, oh, that's okay. Well, they let me trade 5 contracts, so that's okay. I should be trading 5 contracts.
One thing that I see too is not only when they use the prop account, which is totally fine, it's just they also don't treat it like it's real money as well. So
because it's not.
Right.
Not in the eval phase.
Well, but again, it goes right back to whether you're trading a prop account, whether you're simulation trading, whether you're trading real money. It should all be traded in the same way.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Sure, it should be treated that way. But unfortunately, prop trading simulation, we all know everyone's guilty of it. They trade a lot more size than they normally would be, taking a lot more risk than they normally would be, and they're confusing that on how you actually apply automation, manually trading. And the biggest offender would be, if you have a smaller account.